We didn't talk a lot about this one. Yeah, you had this. You nailed it. Niners roll over the Giants. The weird thing is, a lot of people were expecting Brock Purdy to play most of the week. They're like, oh, this will be the week he comes back. They went with Mac Jones. Following the win, Shanahan admitted Purdy wasn't that close to a return. What the?
Nothing changes Mac in that way, and we're trying to ease Brock out there in the practice stuff. But I mean, anytime you're dealing with this turf toe, it's something that probably won't fully go away all year. Regardless of when he comes back, he's going to always have to deal with it a little bit. And especially the people you talk to have gone through turf toe, so it's really about just assessing when's the best time to come back. That you have to deal with it the least, and it's a little bit of a tricky decision.
I don't think this team is led by the quarterback. I think they're old school. I think they're led by Christian McCaffrey. He had half their yards yesterday.
Problem is,
did you see how many touches he had yesterday?
33 touches in a blowout. What are we doing? I don't
they
love
don't
that.
have anything else.
I love him in fantasy. He's on my team. He's really good.
No, I mean,
Brian Robinson flashed a little bit. He had a couple nice runs, 53 yards on 5 carries.
I don't care who starts at quarterback. I think Mac and Purdy are a wash. I think Mac throws a better ball. Purdy's more mobile. I think this team is all about McCaffrey. If you go look at, he had the most catches. He had the most rushing. He had the most. It's a McCaffrey-led offense.
So the question is, why are the 49ers not giving us the real story on Brock Purdy? Ricky Pearsall? What is his knee injury? He's been out for 6 weeks. Brandon Ayuk? It's been over a year, Colin. At some point, the league's got to step in and be like, guys, just be truthful. Are they coming back or not? Because I can't make them a Super Bowl team with this unit. By the way, Mikael Williams, the guy they got out of Georgia, the edge rusher, injury sounds like he's done. So their top 3 edge rushers are now.
Well, no, it's before the season, I took the Rams and the Seahawks to make the playoffs, not them. And I said, old and brittle, Seahawks and Rams are young. Niners' age isn't it? They've got to have another big draft this year because they've got too many older players they rely on.
They host the Rams this week in a rematch. Rams are favored. I think I saw 2.5 or 3.5 in San Fran.
Rams right now are the better team.
Shanahan
team.
does own McVay. I know McVay started to claw back last year, but that's one of the games of the week for sure.
Yeah, I'm curious. Occasionally I really just try to speak directly to the fans, the comment section, and I'm curious. How do you 49ers fans feel about the 49ers right now? I talked a bunch, any of these other segments where we're ranking teams and whatnot. I always totally openly admit, like, I don't know what to do with the 49ers because they do have all these injuries, all these players in now the lineup, who's returned, who's not returned, like, what's the story? And like, they keep winning. They're playing, they have moments, full, games where they were playing awesome. And you're just like, how do I make sense of this? And now we're talking about that, Colin's like, oh, the Rams are better than the 49ers. We obviously know the 49ers beat the Rams last time in a really awesome game. But for the life of me, I don't remember who played in that game and who's available now. Honestly, I don't. I mean, like, it's like, was Kittle in that game? I don't think he was. Like, I don't remember anymore. I don't. And it's like, and who's in this game that wasn't last game? Like, it's just the 49ers roster is just insane. And like Shanahan came out and said, listen, when Purdy's ready, there's no question. Like, he is the quarterback. And Mac Jones has been playing great as well. And I do know what Colin is saying, and I do agree that this is, led through Christian McCaffrey. He's obviously the workhorse of this team, right? The offense is all through him. I mean, what he does, in the passing game and the run game is just, it's unbelievable. And, can he stay healthy? Can he keep up with this? That to me is the craziest thing about all of this is that Christian McCaffrey, who's been unfortunately injury prone and having all these physical issues on a team that is decimated with injuries, is the one that's carrying this team. And it's just wild. And again, Mac Jones has been awesome. So when I say carry, I don't mean like, he's doing it all himself to the point where like, Mac Jones is irrelevant or something like that. Because I think Mac Jones has wildly impressed me. But it's just, the 49ers are just, it's such a unique situation. I genuinely don't know how to make sense of it. So I'm curious, how do 49ers fans feel? Do you feel like, hey, we're a great team, we can keep winning, we can be a contender? Or are you just like, I don't know, man, this is also a crazy year? Like, even for us 49ers fans living in the Bay Area, we're like, I don't know how to make sense of this. Like, I don't know what's going on. the crazy thing about the 49ers is that, I defended the roster itself in terms of how Colin kept saying, oh, this roster, there are issues, blah, 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 blah. I defended the roster, and again, the roster has drastically changed because of all of the injuries and whatnot. But one of the big things is going into the season was, we all kind of knew, hey, the 49ers have like a pretty favorable schedule. They have one of the easiest schedules out there. And so we were kind of like, it's, there's no reason not to win a lot of games and have a lot of success and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And now here they are. And so you won some tough games against the Seahawks, against the Rams. Like, you won some tough games. You lost some tough games, like to the Bucks. And so now you're playing the Rams again, and it's like, it is going to be pretty interesting to see, like, yeah, you're banged up. Yeah, you got players in and out of the lineup. Yeah, you're still playing with Mac Jones. I assume it's still going to be Mac Jones. What do you got, right? Like, where do you stand right now? We saw what you've done in the past. Like, where do you stand right now? I mean, it's so interesting to me. You have the Rams, obviously. That's, when you look at this, that's the most important game, I'd say, right now. I mean, you can make the argument Seahawks January 4th. I never know what that final game of the season is going to look like, because are the starters playing? Who really knows? But obviously, in this next batch of games, like, this is legitimately hard. The Cardinals are fascinating because the Cardinals are clearly better with Jacoby Brissett. So it's just like, normally you'd be like, the Cardinals are not that good, and you're just like, well, I don't know. They've looked pretty good with Jacoby Brissett, so we'll see. And then normally I'd be like, the Panthers, they're not good, and it's like, well, I don't know. They keep finding ways to win, so like, I don't know. And the Browns not good, Titans not good, Colts are great, and the Bears have been, right at the middle of the pack. So there's wins there, but there's also a collection of games that you're kind of like, who are the Panthers? Like, seriously, like, the Panthers and the 49ers are two teams that have absolutely just been like, confused me, where I'm just like, I don't know what to say about them. And now insert the Cardinals with Jacoby Brissett. You're like, I don't know what to say about Jacoby Brissett led Arizona Cardinals. He's looking great, and again, happy for him, really happy for him. So you're just like, how do I make sense of this? So the Rams is the ultimate barometer game right now. You have essentially two straight games after that, Cardinals and the Panthers, where you're kind of like, no super strong sense of the opponent in terms of how great or not great they are. If you win, you can't be like, that's a big win. And if you lose, like, is it a bad loss, or is it like, nope, they're actually a good team? It was just a tough game, whatever it may be. And then you kind of have a little bit more clarity with the Browns and the Titans, and then you're off to the Colts, Bears, and Seahawks. So it's still all right there for them. Like, that's the crazy thing. But the big thing is they are 6-3, and that leaves them at third in the division, which is crazy, right? They're a 6-3 team, but yet they're third in the division, and so it's a weird one, because you got the Eagles obviously at 1, and then you got 5-5-5 Packers, Lions, Bears. Like, we're gonna have another season right now where it's just like, you win. You win, you win the division, you lose, and you're potentially not even in the playoffs. And not like what we kind of saw with the Vikings and the Lions, where it was like, if you win, you're the number 1 seed, and a bye, you lose, you're the 5th seed. Like, it's feels like it might be a more violent drop than that for some of these teams right now. That it could be, and sometimes when you're obviously in a bad division, it's like, if you win the division with like 9 wins or something, and if you lose, like, okay, you didn't make it because you don't have enough wins, obviously, so you're not even good enough for the wild card. But it just seems like there's just a surplus of good teams. If we got 1, 2, 3, now the Panthers 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? We got 9 teams that have 5 or more wins right now. And then again, if the Vikings win another game, like, they're right in that mix too. So like, it's kind of crazy, man. And I'm curious to see, the whole tiebreakers and stuff like that can get a little wonky too. Might come in. We're probably going to have a bunch of teams that have the same record, and it's going to probably come down to some tiebreaking. So it's just, I don't know. The 49ers are seemingly an incredibly fragile team, but somehow incredibly resilient and going up against, playing right now in a time where everyone's got 5 or 6 wins. I mean, like, it's how do you make sense of that? I really can't. I honestly, I genuinely can't. So I'm just would love to know how 49ers feel, and what do you guys all feel about the potential of this team? And yeah, what are the local people in San Francisco talking about right now? Like, is there a true belief, like, hey, we're winning games, we're a great team, we can keep going? Or is it just kind of like, yeah, this has been a fun season, a fun ride? I don't know if we're at the level of some of these top teams. Like, I'd love to know. Are you waiting for Brock Purdy to come back into the lineup, or are you totally content and happy with Mac Jones? Like, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. I was about to, yeah. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.